The elusive gem, cultivating meaningful friendships through Stoic wisdom. We often hear that friendships are like diamonds, rare, valuable, and often surrounded by imitations. One person I know, a staunch advocate for Stoicism, likened friendship to a diamond, an elusive and precious gem. He stated that true friendships are rare and valuable, however, often surrounded by superficial connections. The sentiment is echoed by many who have experienced the sting of fleeting relationships, leading them to believe that all friendships are mere illusions, just fakes. Another individual poignantly observed that true friends are treasures to be held dear, yet finding even one such friend in life whom we can truly hold in such high regard can feel like an impossible feat. But what does it mean when you find yourself often alone, navigating a world that seems to overflow with connections? Does a lack of friends indicate something deeper, something inherent in who you are? This essay dives into this delicate topic, exploring the nuanced world of friendships, or the lack thereof, examining the complexities of modern social dynamics, and how they influence our relationships. Remember, not having a sea of friends doesn't reflect your worth. Sometimes it's about finding that one true gem. This exploration is guided by the principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that offers practical steps to forge authentic, lasting friendships. Like a sculptor chisels away at stone to reveal a masterpiece, you too can shape your social world, carving out meaningful relationships that stand the test of time. Through the lens of Stoicism, we'll approach this journey with open minds and hearts, ready to learn, grow, and connect. Shyness and introversion, embracing your inner strength. We are, by nature, social creatures. Yet for many, the maze of social interactions feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. Shyness or introversion is often seen as a hurdle in this journey. But let's flip the script and imagine seeing these traits not as barriers, but as unique vantage points to view the world. In the heart of Stoic wisdom lies the art of turning perceived weaknesses into strengths. The first step is embracing your nature. Accept the things to which fate binds you. Marcus Aurelius whispered through time. Your introversion isn't a flaw, it's a quiet power. It's about realizing that your journey is different, not less. When you accept yourself, you break free from the chains of what-ifs and should-bests. This self-acceptance is your armor in the bustling world of social interaction, making you unshakable in your quiet confidence. This is not to say that shyness or introversion is an easy thing to manage in our modern world, but rather that those who experience these feelings can reframe their understanding of the traits, thus enabling a greater sense of control and a more positive approach to social situations. Imagine yourself at a gathering, feeling the familiar tug of shyness. Here's where Stoicism shines. It tells you to focus on what's in your control. Your control lies in your actions, your words, your kindness, not in others' thoughts or the final outcome. When you speak, do it not to impress, but to express. This shift in focus from fear of judgment to the authenticity of your words lightens the load, making conversations less of a battleground and more of a playground for genuine connections. Speaking authentically, being genuine, and listening to understand, rather than simply to respond, are all skills that are within anyone's control. They are actions that anyone can take to improve their relationships and make new connections. Understand that friendship isn't a trophy to win, but a garden to nurture. In seeking connections, detach yourself from the need for immediate results. Like Seneca, who saw life as a journey, view each interaction as a step on your path, not as a test of your worth. By concentrating on being your authentic self, you make space for relationships that resonate with your true self. Remember, in a Stoic view, every person you meet is a chance to learn, grow, and reflect, not just another friend to add to your list. Through the lens of Stoicism, shyness and introversion transform from shadows into sources of strength. It's not about overcoming these traits, but about understanding and using them to navigate the complex world of human relationships. It's about reframing your perspective and viewing these traits as valuable assets in the journey toward building genuine connections. Trust issues. Navigating relationships with wisdom and discernment. When navigating the maze of friendships, trust issues often loom large. It's like walking on a tightrope, balancing your own values with the unpredictability of others. Trust isn't given out like free samples at a store, it's earned piece by piece. Start by understanding yourself. What makes you tick? What scares you? Being clear about who you are is like having a compass in the wilderness of relationships. It's about knowing when to open the door to someone and when to keep it shut. Remember how a tree stands firm, it knows its roots. Just like that tree, know your roots, your values. This self-knowledge is your anchor in the ever-changing tides of human connections. In essence, you must be honest with yourself about what you believe, what you value, and what you need from relationships. If you aren't honest with yourself, you can't possibly be honest with those around you. Recognize that people, like seasons, change. Someone might seem trustworthy today and turn around tomorrow. This isn't a call to build walls around your heart, but rather to acknowledge that the only constant is change. Keep your emotional balance. If trust is broken, it's not the end of the world. It's an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. This doesn't mean you become cold and distant. Instead, it's about being realistic, understanding that perfection is a myth, especially in human behavior. Be like water, adapting, flowing, yet always true to your nature. This advice means that you should expect change and be ready for it. And if that change is negative, adapt to it. Trust that you are strong enough to persevere through disappointment and be ready to learn from it. Open, honest communication is your best tool. If doubts creep in, talk about them. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, things become clearer. Don't shy away from these conversations. They're the bridges that can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. A conversation can turn a misunderstanding into a moment of clarity. But remember, it's a two-way street. Listen as much as you speak. This balance of speaking and listening creates a rhythm, a dance of words, and understanding that strengthens the bonds of friendship. Ultimately, it's about building a circle of friends where trust is the foundation, not an afterthought. It requires honest introspection, open communication, and a willingness to embrace the unpredictable nature of human relationships. By approaching friendships with wisdom and discernment, you can create a network of connections built on mutual respect and genuine trust. Lack of social opportunities. Engaging with the world around you. Navigating through the maze of modern life. One might stumble upon a quiet truth, which is that the lack of friends isn't always about not meeting people, but often about not engaging with the world around us. Our phones buzz with notifications, but our hearts yearn for real connections. Picture this. Volunteering in your community isn't just about helping others. It's a gateway to meeting souls who care about the same things you do. Whether you're planting trees or organizing books at a local library, every shared task is a thread weaving you into the social fabric. These actions reflect a Stoic virtue, contributing to the greater good. And in doing so, you find companions on the same path. Think about it. Even if you don't make any direct friendships through volunteer work, the act of giving back to your community will improve your sense of self-worth, which will translate into more positive and confident interactions with others. Let's not forget the power of shared knowledge and passions. Imagine entering a room where everyone speaks the language of your profession or hobby. Workshops and seminars related to your interests aren't just for adding lines to your resume. They're fertile grounds for friendships. In these spaces, conversations flow effortlessly as you're surrounded by those who understand the nuances of your work or passion. It's like finding your tribe, where professional growth and personal connections go hand in hand. In fact, attending workshops and seminars is a great way to meet others who share your professional or personal interests. By simply striking up a conversation about the topic at hand, you can initiate a friendship with someone who already has something in common with you. Remember also to embrace the great outdoors as your social canvas. Activities like hiking, biking, or group yoga aren't just for physical health. They're catalysts for connection. In the embrace of nature, conversations bloom like wildflowers. These activities strip away the formalities of typical social settings, allowing genuine connections to grow. And while you're out there, practice gratitude for the world around you and for those who share these moments with you. It's not about having a multitude of friends. It's about cherishing the connections that add color to your life. This approach, rooted in simplicity and sincerity, turns the pursuit of friendships into a fulfilling journey. It involves actively seeking out environments and activities that foster connection and shared purpose, and embracing the opportunities to engage with like-minded individuals. Lack of social skills. Nurturing connections through intentional effort. Friendships don't form themselves. They require effort and the right approach, something often overlooked in our busy lives. A lack of social skills can be a significant barrier to forming meaningful friendships. Remember how Marcus Aurelius subtly urged us to love those fate brings into our lives? It's a nudge toward embracing social opportunities, however small. Begin with manageable steps. Strike up a conversation in a coffee shop, join a local club, or engage in online communities with shared interests. These small interactions are the building blocks of confidence in social settings. Like a plant needing water and sunlight, social skills need nurturing and patience to flourish. If you want to start a conversation, for example, ask someone about themselves, their interests, or their opinion on a subject. If you want to join a club, reach out to the organizers and ask questions or introduce yourself to other members. One key element in developing social skills is listening with intent and empathy. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, being the one who listens sets you apart. Ask questions not just to respond, but to understand. Dive into the stories of others with genuine curiosity. This shift in focus from how you're perceived to truly understanding others builds deeper connections. It's not about impressing others with your wit or stories, but about creating a space where others feel valued and heard. Make eye contact, nod your head, and ask clarifying questions to show that you're engaged in the conversation. People are more likely to want to connect with you if they feel like you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Embrace the ups and downs of social interactions with a stoic calm. Not every attempt at conversation will lead to a lifelong friendship, and that's okay. Each interaction, whether it blossoms into a friendship or fizzles out, is a step forward in your social journey. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth, but a natural part of human interaction. With each experience, you're not only building your social skills, but also learning to navigate the complex tapestry of human relationships with grace and resilience. Remember, your worth isn't tied to the number of friends you have, but the quality of the connections you nurture. It requires conscious effort, a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone, and a focus on building genuine connections through active listening and empathetic engagement. By embracing social opportunities and nurturing your social skills, you can create a richer, more fulfilling social life. Changing circumstances, adapting to life's shifting sands. At times, the lack of friends in our lives can echo the tale of the boy and the apple tree. The story mirrors how our priorities shift as we age, often drifting away from connections that once meant the world to us. As children, our friendships are like the playful times with the tree, pure and unburdened. But as we grow like the boy, our focus shifts to what we perceive as essentials: money, status, a home. In this pursuit, we may unintentionally neglect the friendships that once sheltered us, like the apple tree providing shade. As our lives evolve, our priorities and circumstances inevitably change. The demands of career, family, and personal growth often take precedence, leaving less time and energy for nurturing existing friendships. Geographical moves, new relationships, and shifting interests can further contribute to a sense of disconnection. This doesn't necessarily signify a failure on your part, but rather a natural consequence of navigating life's complexities. This shift in priorities isn't unusual. It's part of growing up, of evolving. But often, in chasing what we think we need, we overlook what we already have. The boy returned to the tree only when he needed something, not realizing the constant, uncomplaining friendship it offered. Similarly, In our hustle for success and stability, we might overlook the friends who are our silent supporters. The result? A void filled with accomplishments, perhaps, but lacking in true, heartfelt connections. Perhaps you've been so focused on your career that you haven't made time for your friends. Maybe you've moved to a new city and haven't had the opportunity to build a new social circle. Or maybe you've simply drifted apart from old friends due to changing interests or lifestyles. The important thing is to recognize that these changing circumstances can impact your friendships, and to be proactive in addressing them. Rebuilding or nurturing friendships requires a conscious effort, much like tending to a garden. It's not about grand gestures, but consistent, small acts of kindness and understanding. Start with reaching out, initiating conversations, and being there not just in happy moments, but also in times of need. Remember, friendships, like trees, grow deep roots over time, not overnight. The boy in the tree story teaches us that friendship is a two-way street, needing care and attention from both sides. Don't be the boy who remembered the tree only in times of need. Be the one who cherishes and nurtures these relationships regularly. This requires intentionality, a willingness to prioritize friendships amidst the demands of daily life, and a commitment to investing in the relationships that matter most. Shifting priorities or growth. Embracing the dynamic nature of relationships. In our ever-changing lives, where we juggle careers, education, and personal growth, the shifting of priorities often acts as a silent architect in the construction or decline of friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant today as in ancient times, teaches us to embrace life's dynamic nature. Imagine your life as a river, constantly flowing and changing course. As you navigate through the rapids of career advancement or the serene waters of family life, your time for social interactions naturally ebbs and flows. This isn't a failure on your part. It's simply the reality of a life lived fully. The pursuit of personal and professional growth often leads to a reevaluation of priorities, and friendships may inevitably shift in importance. A demanding career, a new family, or a personal passion project can all consume significant time and energy, leaving less room for maintaining existing friendships. Stoicism offers practical guidance for these times of transition. When your days are packed with meetings, deadlines, or family responsibilities, it's tempting to try and maintain a wide circle of friends. Yet, Stoicism advises quality over quantity. It's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than numerous superficial ones. This approach isn't about cutting people out, but rather about focusing your energy where it matters most. In doing so, you honor not only your time, but also the time of others, fostering relationships that are genuine and fulfilling. This requires a conscious decision to prioritize those friendships that are most meaningful and supportive, and to invest your time and energy accordingly. It also requires a willingness to let go of those relationships that no longer serve you, or that have simply drifted apart due to changing circumstances. Adapting to life's changing priorities with stoicism doesn't mean resigning yourself to a life with fewer friends. Instead, it's about understanding and accepting the natural flow of relationships. Some friends may drift away, while others will stay or even come into your life precisely because of your new priorities. Embrace this journey with wisdom and courage. Remember, each person you meet, whether they stay for a season or a lifetime, adds unique value to your life's tapestry. Be present in your interactions, and let stoicism guide you to build friendships that are not only meaningful, but also resonate with the person you are becoming. You must be open to new connections and willing to adapt your social life to accommodate your evolving needs and priorities. By embracing the dynamic nature of relationships and focusing on quality over quantity, you can maintain a fulfilling social life amidst the ever-changing landscape of your life. Mental well-being. Cultivating inner peace as a foundation for connection. Our mental well-being, often sidelined in the hustle of life, is a silent cornerstone in the architecture of friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy not just of ancient marble, but of modern-day resilience, sheds light on this. It's not about stiff upper lips, but about understanding our mental landscape. When our inner world is clouded by anxiety or shadowed by depression, it's like trying to navigate a social maze in the dark. The Stoics teach us to light a torch, not to dispel the darkness completely, but to see a path through it. As George Carlin pointed out, beneath the surface of a cynical outlook lies a disappointed idealist. This isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses, but recognizing that our mental battles can inadvertently build walls, not bridges, between us and potential friends. Challenges like anxiety, depression, or even chronic stress can significantly impact your ability to form and maintain meaningful friendships. Stoicism isn't about quoting Marcus Aurelius while sipping a latte. It's about actionable steps. First, mindfulness, and no, it's not a fancy word for daydreaming. It's about being present in a world where our attention is the hottest commodity. Being fully present in a conversation is like giving a rare gift. It shows you care, and that's friendship currency. Also, meditation isn't just for monks. It's for everyone juggling life's demands. The benefits of 10 minutes a day extend beyond your brain. It signals to others that you value clarity and calm. Consequently, tranquility as a goal might sound like a luxury in our 24/7 world, but it's the bedrock for stable friendships. Tranquility isn't escaping to a beach, oftentimes than not. It's finding peace amid chaos. It's about having an anchor so that when life storms hit, and they will, you're not swept away. Friends aren't just for sunny days. They're shelters in storms. If you're constantly feeling anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed, it can be difficult to connect with others in a genuine and meaningful way. By striving for inner calm, you become someone others want to turn to. Stoicism teaches us that this inner tranquility is attainable through self-reflection and consistency. It's about recognizing our emotions, understanding them, and not letting them dictate our actions. This doesn't mean being emotionless. Rather, it's about being in control of how we react to our emotions. When you master this, you become a beacon of stability in an often unpredictable world. People are naturally drawn to those who exude a sense of calm and understanding. By cultivating your inner peace, you inadvertently create a welcoming space for friendships to flourish. It requires a commitment to self-care, a willingness to address underlying mental health challenges, and a conscious effort to cultivate inner peace and emotional stability. Remember, in the pursuit of mental well-being, you're not just nurturing your mind, but also sowing the seeds for deeper, more meaningful connections. By prioritizing your mental health and cultivating inner peace, you can create a solid foundation for building and maintaining fulfilling friendships. Lifestyle choices. Prioritizing connection in a fast-paced world. Life's rapid pace often leads to a solitary path where friendships fade into the background. Picture this. You're chasing deadlines, ticking off to-do lists, but at day's end, the chair across from you at the dinner table remains empty. It's not just about being busy, it's about what you prioritize. Stoicism nudges us to look hard at our choices. Are you filling your hours with what truly matters? Reflecting on this can be a game changer. It's about finding the courage to say no to time stealers that don't serve your deeper need for connection. The demands of modern life often leave us feeling overwhelmed and disconnected. Long working hours, demanding family responsibilities, and a constant barrage of digital distractions can all contribute to a sense of isolation. Consider this approach. Shape your day like a sculptor crafting a masterpiece. Each choice is a chisel stroke, carving out time for both responsibilities and relationships. It's not about stretching your day to fit more in, but rather about sculpting it wisely. You might have fewer hours for socializing, but the quality of these moments can soar. By selecting the right people, those who resonate with your values, every interaction becomes more meaningful. It's about depth, not just breadth, in your social world. This might involve setting boundaries with work or other commitments, scheduling regular social activities, or simply making a conscious effort to connect with friends and family on a regular basis. Remember the Stoic art of balance. It's not just about dividing your time equally, but aligning it with what makes life genuinely fulfilling. Picture your life as a mosaic, with each piece representing an aspect of your existence: work, hobbies, rest, and friendships. Each hold a place. Your task is to arrange these tiles to create a harmonious pattern. It's a balancing act, one that requires constant adjustment and thought. But when you get it right, the picture of your life becomes not only beautiful, but deeply satisfying. It requires intentionality, a willingness to prioritize connection, and a conscious effort to align your daily choices with your values and priorities. By making mindful lifestyle choices, you can create a life that is both fulfilling and connected. Differences in interests. Embracing diversity as a bridge to connection. Diverse interests can be like different musical notes, each unique but part of a larger melody. When interests clash, it's not just a missed note. It's a potential symphony of connections left unplayed. Suppose you love rock music, but your colleague loves classical music. There's a gap, sure, but it's also a bridge waiting to be crossed. Stoicism nudges us to embrace these differences, not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to broader horizons. It whispers, find the harmony in discord. When we focus solely on our interests, we risk crafting a bubble that limits our worldview and our circle of friends. By opening our arms to the diversity of passions around us, we're not just learning about new hobbies. We're unlocking doors to new relationships and perspectives. The assumption that friendships must be built on shared interests can be a significant barrier to connection. While it's certainly easier to bond with someone who shares your passions, limiting yourself to only those individuals can result in a narrow and homogeneous social circle. Variety is the spice of life. Stoicism encourages this curiosity, reminding us that every person we meet holds a universe of experiences, ideas, and passions. Suppose you're a die-hard gamer, and your neighbor is into gardening. Instead of nodding and walking away, ask about their favorite plant. Show interest in their world. It's not about pretending to love gardening. It's about appreciating their passion and, in turn, allowing them to see and appreciate yours. This mutual curiosity is a powerful glue, bonding people with different interests. It's about understanding that beneath these hobbies and passions, we share common threads of excitement, dedication, and joy. Cultivating an open mind and a genuine curiosity about others' interests can lead to unexpected connections and enrich your life in countless ways. Stoicism serves as a compass, guiding us to seek common ground in shared values and human emotions rather than just common interests. Imagine a world where friendships are not just based on liking the same things, but on understanding and valuing each other's differences. It's a world where a sports enthusiast and a bookworm can find common ground in their perseverance and love for learning. In this dance of friendship, Stoicism teaches us to lead with an open heart and an open mind, creating connections that are not just about what we do, but who we are and what we can become together. By embracing diversity and seeking common ground in shared values, you can create a more vibrant and fulfilling social life. Remember, the richness of our friendships is not measured by how similar we are, but by how we embrace and grow from our differences. Stoicism isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about understanding and directing them. Be open to seeking the friendships that resonate with your heart. The ability to appreciate and value the unique perspectives and experiences of others can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections. Key takeaways for cultivating Stoic friendships. This journey into the world of friendships, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism, reveals that building meaningful connections is not about amassing a large social circle, but about cultivating depth, authenticity, and resilience in our relationships. Stoicism does not encourage the avoidance of friendships or turning away from the joy that human connection can bring, but rather it encourages you to approach those friendships with care, attention, and a level-headed understanding that can help you better navigate the social world. As we conclude this exploration, let's summarize the key takeaways that can help you forge stronger, more fulfilling friendships. Embrace your authentic self. Recognize and accept your unique qualities, whether you're shy, introverted, or possess a different set of interests than those around you. Your individuality is your strength, and it attracts those who resonate with your true self. Instead of trying to force yourself to fit in, find the places and the people who will accept you for who you are. Prioritize quality over quantity. Focus on nurturing a few deep, meaningful connections rather than spreading yourself thin across a wide network of superficial relationships. Invest your time and energy in those friendships that are built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Practice active listening and empathy. Cultivate the ability to truly hear and understand others' perspectives, even when they differ from your own. Show genuine curiosity about their lives, experiences, and passions. Embrace change and adaptability. Recognize that friendships, like life itself, are dynamic and ever-evolving. Be prepared to adapt to changing circumstances, shifting priorities, and the natural ebb and flow of relationships. Cultivate inner peace and mental well-being. Prioritize your mental health and strive for inner peace and emotional stability. A calm and grounded mind is a fertile ground for building and maintaining healthy friendships. Take action and initiate connection. Don't wait for friendships to magically appear. Take proactive steps to engage with the world around you. Volunteer, join clubs, attend workshops, and strike up conversations with people who share your interests or values. Embrace diversity and seek common ground. Be open to friendships with people who have different interests, backgrounds, and perspectives. Look for common ground in shared values, human emotions, and a willingness to learn from one another. Practice forgiveness and understanding. It's inevitable that at some point, you or a friend will make a mistake or cause hurt feelings. Be willing to forgive and understand, and to work through conflicts in a constructive way. Find common ground in shared values. It's more important to have shared values, such as honesty, kindness, and respect, than it is to have shared interests. Look for friends who share your core beliefs and principles, and who will support you in living a life that is aligned with your values. Stoicism isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about understanding and directing them. Be open to seeking the friendships that resonate with your heart. If you found value in our discussion, leave a thumbs up to help us reach more people in search of ancient wisdom. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more lessons on ancient wisdom. We're eager to hear from you. Share with us in the comments how you navigate the waters of friendship, whether you're an introvert who finds comfort in quiet connections or an extrovert who thrives in the energy of diverse company. Your experiences are a valuable part of this community. Don't know what to say? You can simply share with us if you are an extrovert, introvert, or ambivert. Thank you sincerely for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, choose a video from the screen to continue immersing yourself in Stoic wisdom. Stay stoic and keep fostering those meaningful connections.